In the 18th century, the writer Lord Chesterfield described it to his son like this: "The pleasure is brief, the position ridiculous, and the effort detestable." For many people, fooling around is an important part of happiness in life. Yet, while sex often has its poetry, sometimes it looks more like a slaughterhouse. So, to sum up, you use music as a means of seduction. So far, nothing very original, but your penis hurts from using it as an instrument, from rubbing it vigorously against your abdomen, which is like a grater. Listen, if I were you, I'd be proud. I read that, even at just 2 millimeters long, you can make as much noise underwater as an elephant. So, I encourage you. If you can play music with your penis, then definitely, why not take it further? Stop me if I'm wrong, but you're here because you're having trouble dealing with your teenage crisis and the hormonal surges that come with it. That's right? Yes.
I just turned 45 and my bones still haven't risen. I'm constantly in puberty, still growing. Over time, I became twice as big as my girlfriends.
Yes, tell me more.
When I'm in rut, my testosterone level increases by a factor of 50, and it can last for 4 months. At that point, I go crazy, doctor. I can literally lose it. Please understand my impatience. On average, I only have sex once every 5 years.
I can't see you.
I'm here, on the couch. Listen, if I can help the previous patient put things into perspective, well, my wife, she's a giant marine worm that lives buried in the sand. I love her, but she's 1 meter tall. Even as an adult, I stay just a few millimeters long. As a larva, I was 200,000 times smaller than her. She sucked me up into her trunk and placed me in a small cavity where I'm going to spend my life fertilizing her eggs.
Yes, your case is very special. Your sexual dimorphism, meaning the difference in size between a male and a female in your species, is the most extreme known in nature.
If living inside this sweetheart is complicated, what does it mean if you have to kill your mother to be born?
So, you're apprehensive about giving birth, if I understand the reason for your visit correctly. I see on my file that there are 14 of you. All adults, all female, all mites.
Yeah, that's right. We're 14 sisters. Anyway, in our species, only females reach adulthood. And we're all pregnant by our brother. And we came here because we had to eat our mother to be born. We each have 15 fertilized eggs inside us, 1 male and so 14 females. When they hatch inside our bodies, our son will fertilize his 14 sisters, then die before even being born. Then, our 14 fertilized daughters will eat us from the inside and start the cycle again. We're a little apprehensive.
Well, I prefer to remain anonymous. It's a bit delicate to say, but I'm a little self-conscious about the size of my sex. It's paradoxical because physically, I make quite an impression. You know, I can reach 275 kilos, and I can tell you that's a lot of muscle, but that's not the problem. The thing is, when erect, my sex is between 3 and 5 centimeters. It's embarrassing. I read somewhere that a researcher attributes this to the fact that my females are faithful to me. That it comes down to sperm composition. Should I encourage them to look elsewhere, Dr. Bond?
Between you and me, it has absolutely nothing to do with that. But both of us have one that's smaller than a duck's, whether or not we're talking about Oxyravitala, and which has a corkscrew-shaped penis. Once deployed, it can exceed 40 centimeters, and on top of that, it's covered in spines.
I came here to point this out and show off. Even though I'm a 3 millimeter fruit fly, I have a sperm nearly 6 centimeters long. I only make one, and it takes 3 weeks. But for that price, I get one bigger than the king of the jungle's erect penis. In proportion, it's as if you produced a sperm the size of a blue whale. Here you go, doctor. I'm worried I won't find my soulmate. You're lucky. Humans have almost equal numbers of males and females. But for us, there can be up to 25,000 suitors for a single queen. And at best, in the best case scenario, fewer than 20 of us will ever know love. There will be 24,980 of us stuck with a hard-on. Well, I say love, but if I ever get lucky enough to have sex, I'm literally going to explode in mid-air. You call orgasm the little death, but for us, it's literal. We actually burst apart, though in a pretty clean way. Because of the speed at which semen is ejected, our genitals either explode or get stuck inside the object of our desires, and in just a few seconds we go from virgin to dead.
Yes, it's about the previous patient. It won't solve all his problems, but among us, there's a species known for having a disposable penis. During mating, it leaves it behind. It takes 24 hours to grow back. But after that, it's functional again. Maybe I could give him some tips.
Yes. So, I wanted to know what you thought about it, but I'd like to be able to ensure my penis. Tonight, I have a date with a super polymath, male or female. Yes, we're hermaphrodites, so I always have trouble with people. The thing is, frequently while we're, making love, the penis gets stuck, glued inside our partner's organ. And in those cases, while we use drastic measures, we eject the stuck penis.
Yes, the technical term for your case is apophyllation. Cut. No, but I can't say things like that. Who wrote the script? It's nature. Let's start again. So if I understand correctly, you think that in your species the females are very focused on sex. But unfortunately, it's not always on you. And since you are all naturally jealous and possessive, each of you has developed your own unique blocking technique, which consists, if I sum it up, of leaving a plug or a glue in your sweetheart's sexual organ to keep her from fooling around elsewhere. That's right. Yes. So if sex is the glue that holds a couple together for you, you'll have to explain to me why most of you compete in inventiveness to create penises that clean out to break through these chastity belts that you yourselves have created. So you want to rebel.
Yes, exactly. Because listening to the others, you might think they're romanticizing the dead, but we are proof of the opposite. For us, the bowerbirds, the males spend weeks making all kinds of sculptures to seduce, made of woven twigs and tastefully or somewhat tastefully decorated with all sorts of leaves, feathers, snakeskins, and snail shells. As for me, I court females by giving them rose petals.
And me, little fish that I am?
I build sandcastles to the glory of my beloved, which take me 2 weeks of work. We offer our sweethearts, while we make them, a kind of antidote to spiders. If our females get stuck in a web, the spiders quickly free them in disgust.
I wanted to join the previous group. I believe you should give gifts and also give of yourself. I give myself to the other and love. During lovemaking, I offer my beautiful one-atrophied wings to chew on. It keeps me occupied and is easier than taking her to a restaurant. To get you off the ground, you partially sacrifice your wings. It doesn't cost you your life, just a part of your anatomy. That's well played.
And among some of us, the males make silk balloons as gifts, so that we can play while we're making love. It's playful, right? And it spices things up.
I came with my husband because we want to spice up our sex life a little. It's just that, well, it's kind of funny, you know? In most cases, I don't know, maybe 10,000 males, and then the males, come and cover everything with their semen.
Which is actually a good thing. So, to reassure you, I could tell you that first of all, you're always naked and you're not shy. And then, your case could be worse, and it's not unique. Take many fish, marine animals, from sponges to sea urchins. For them, no arms, no hands, no cuddling. Sex happens at a distance. They release eggs and sperm according to precise cycles, hoping they'll meet by chance in the current, and they never know who their parents are and will never know their children. For scorpions, centipedes, or salamanders, it's the same. And for males, sex is simply about depositing small balls of sperm on the ground, which the females will just sit on. It leaves you stunned, huh? So, you're telling me that you often feel really down after making love. But it's normal to feel empty, because when a snake like you, let's say, has a good time, well, his body uses all the available energy to replenish his sperm. So after each encounter, you'll always be forced to spend almost a whole day without moving a finger. And since Valentine's Day is coming up, if you're single, well, if you can't say it with flowers, then don't say it with your teeth. Love is priceless, but if you like what we do, to keep our therapy sessions on the couch going, you can support us on Typee.